Once you launch your protaStructure, this is the first window, like the start window you would normally see. If you look at it, you would, on the top here, you have your quick access tools, and this is your ribbons. You can, these are a list of, this area here, you see recent projects. These are a list of recent projects you might have worked on. This is a list of projects I've worked on recently. And so since we are starting a new project, it's either you come here for a new project, or you can come to the ribbon here and start a new project. So you click on new project, and once you click on new project, it asks for a project code. Please note that on protaStructure, once you are putting a new project code, a spacebar is not usually accepted. For instance, if you are starting a new project and I say I want to name it Rubik's, and I press spacebar, you see there's no spacebar. So what you usually do most times is to put an underscore. If you want to put a space, if you want to use an underscore, and you type structures. So that's the new one. You come under here, you see templates. I'm using Prota 2022. These are different codes. You can use. There's a Brazil NBR 6118, there's Hong Kong COP, and a lot of others. You have the United Kingdom, the BS 8110, and you have the United Kingdom Euro code. For this, or if you don't want to use the codes, the template, if maybe you've worked on a project before and you don't have time to sit down and do some changes, you can literally just come here, click on project, then you pick the code, the particular code you used, a particular template you used here. But then we are going to start at first, so we just come to template. We're going to be using the Euro code too. You can use the BS 8110 Euro code, the BS 8110 and the Euro code 2. They are quite similar, but right now what we are using here in Nigeria is the Euro code 2. So you pick the United Kingdom Euro code. You can press OK and give it time to load. So once that happens, it will bring you to the start point of your project. As I said earlier, on top here is the quick access. On top is the quick access toolbar, where you can save, you can undo, or you can go forward with or you can come to your settings. This is your toolbar, and if you notice the way your toolbar is arranged, this is how protaStructure, or this is how the makers of the software wants you to go about doing your design. You start from your building set out. Next thing you need to do is to model. It's modeling. If you click on it, modeling, where you make your grids. Different ways of making grids. Either you draw it manually, or you do an orthogonal axis generator. This is to make points like polyline, circles, and all of that. Creating columns, walls, beams, slabs, and all of that. From your modeling, the next thing you come to is loading. From loading, review. From review, analysis. From analysis, you design your members, and after you design your members, you can now pull out drawings and pull out reports. Or this BIM, this is a new way of where companies now try to, where you can share your design or your models from one software to another. So this is a BIM model where you can do DXF imports, like from your AutoCAD, the DXF to import into this one, or you can export whatever you drew from DXF to WG. You can send this as a SAF import and export. You can send from Revit, a model from Revit to Prota, and also this is it. You can also export to SAP. You can also export your models from protaStructure to eTabs. So this is why protaStructure is quite good and quite acceptable. And this is where you can play with your displays and all of that. So we can come back here If you check the left panel here we have, this is what we call a structure tree. We have your structures, your axes. This will list once you draw axes, now it would make a list of your axes. These are your views. This is a plan view. You can also, if you click and right click on it, you have different views. There's a 3D view and the 3D debug model view. The report, the detailed preview, the story. If you click on these triangles, you can expand and minimize. If you click on it, you can expand and minimize it. Click here, it has minimized. Click on it again, it is expanded. So that's just it for the user interface for a protaStructure. It's quite user friendly. It will take you time to get to know it. So for the settings, there are two ways of going to settings. Either you come to your building setout and you come to your settings center, and it's going to open. For the settings, this will show you, or you can come to your quick access toolbar here, settings center. You can click on it and it's still the same that will come out. So this tells you, the first thing that comes out, it tells you the Cancela code you're using, the concrete design code. We clicked on Eurocode, so it's using the Eurocode 2. Eurocode 2 is for concrete design. If you're working on steel design, you're going to see Eurocode. Okay, it's here already. Steel design, it's Eurocode 3. Loading code is Eurocode 1 it's using. So the wind loading is EN 1991 of 2005, European Union. This is what it uses. You can come and change most of those things on your general. Click on your general. This is for your axis creation, when you want to create creation. So whatever, you can come and make a lot of changes if you're not okay with some of the changes that are on protaStructure. But usually I would advise, if you are new to the software, you just leave most of the settings as it is. You have your display settings. You can change it as you want to. The grid colors, what grid do you want to use, the major grid, what color do you want to use for a major grid. You can change it if you want red or whatever color, or the minor grids, whatever shades you want to use, you can change it here. Grid steps. These grid steps are those, if you are checked, let me explain what these grid steps are. So these grid steps, if you notice, once you zoom in, you notice that it's in boxes, in batches. This grid step, that's what it means. This is what these grid steps means. So at every 100 millimeters, 100 millimeters, 100 millimeters, 100 millimeters, that's what it literally means. So come back to your settings. This is your protaStructure environment. If you want to, for a prota detail environment, you can check. You can come here. Once you want to start a project, I always advise, I usually advise in most cases, that you come to your project references to change certain things. You can come here, so you don't need to do this work again. Once you start, you can come to your project references, check on your title, who is doing the design, put your name there. For now it's Rubik's Structures that is doing the design. Right, who is going to check it? Who is the engineer that is checking the drawing for you? If you're the engineer, you can put some, but usually someone else has to check your drawings for you. You can't be checking your drawings for you, because we are human, so we are prone to mistakes. So you can put any other person there. Let's just say you just put a random name. So you just put Abix Engineering. Who is checking? Who is drawing it? It's Rubik's Engineering. Rubik's Structure is checking it. Rubik's Structures. So presented by Rubik's Structures, can put something. So you put your client's name. Let's just call it Mr. A. Mr. A. And what's the project title? It can be a proposed residential building. Let's just say proposed structure, or let's put it the tutorial. Let's call it tutorials. Tutorials. Project number. Whatever you want to use as a project number, you can use as a project number. Project date. You can fix in dates. You can just click this arrow down here and pick a date. Today is, pick any date you want to pick for this, and you fix any date you want to pick. Then your project address, you can put where the address is. Let's call this Lagos. Revision first thing. So this is quite important. You can also come to your unit and format, so you can be sure of the units you're using. Remember, as I mentioned, is always in millimeters. The levels are in meters. So the forces, when you're loading your structure, the analysis is always in kilonewtons. Your length is in meters. Displacement is in meters. So you must be conversant with this, so you don't end up overloading or underloading if you're not too sure with the unit you're using. Understand? So this is where you can change it. You can come here, unit system, change it to the SI, change it to the imperial. You can change it to whatever you want, but I'm used with the meter system, the metric system of. You're going to use the metric system of, since I will be using this part of the world, so you're going to be with the metric system. Okay, so that's it for the user interface and the settings. See you on the next one. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and also share.